Spiritual experience is more valuable than any outer wealth. Some entities change between good and bad because of how they are treated or ignored. The mythical beings have their purposes for us, but we are culpable for our own choices. The hematite and gothite spheres in pyrophyllite deposits from the Cipher Fontaine Formation near Ottestad, South Africa, become explainable in context of the other concretions of that 3 billion year ago formation and others in other parts of the world. Some will say that all is permissible in secret and will exalt the sociopathic part of the mind, or we could say the psychopathic as well, in particular. One's spiritual roles can go on in spirit after death. Some rearing will produce great figures on the other side. Attitudes about morality and conflict are not outdated, but they are not the whole issue. Figuring out how much people agree and working together on those terms tends to be more useful than enmity. Myths represent history and what could happen if ignored. Enochian isn't ancient as far as we know, and it is beyond moral. If there is time to post part of formulas, the movie could have been a couple minutes longer to have them in full, like the 10 Enochian statements. Ascent and descent mirror each other. Learn how to see beyond particular size and substance. We become as the side of mythology that we serve. The personified beings represent the earth and space as a whole, and certainly subjects and such as well. But this film, of course, connects more to the Feraferia aspect. Sometimes it is not the choice of people to enter the other worlds. Our spiritual experience goes past the point where we can take back permission. Experiences can alter the sense of time. The outer rulers are not always those that are who really directs society. Government is involved in secret societies, and secret societies are involved in governments. Know yourself to know God. Frequencies can affect experience, and that includes shapes and material of the environment. There can be too much of a good thing. Tolerance is the most one can expect from others of different systems, especially at the current price. I would say that these are, even the audio commentary section is worth buying the DVD for. And the picture and sound quality is much better than anything you're going to see posted on YouTube or whatever, and I'm not sure whether that's posted by permission or what the deal is. so it may not be up by the time I finish sharing this comment. So, avatars. Now, it really relates to a term for prophet. And so the visionary connection on Mount Shasta, and then, the other side of the art or temperance tarot card, the Golden Dawn has you draw a couple of them, right? And Crowley seems to have gone more in this direction as far as what he drew. Some combined them. I will say that the Greeks were influenced by the group that we now call Yazidi, but the Atlantean mythology made its way through Egypt and the people of Dogon. It's really a prehistoric North African thing that's centered in the Eye of the Sahara, but this connects more to the New Age idea that is more through the Greek. Well, I mean, it connects to the Greek, but anyways, the Enochian rules, the 10 spheres, so it gets a Kabbalistic sort of thing going on. Useful and true enough of experiences, and it comes from an experience of 1984 by Carol Polk Runyon. And it does seem to balance the heavens and the inner spheres. In the movie, it's presented as a different set of 10 commandments, right? The Shamyaza, Book of Enoch, Vedic destruction myth, ancient aliens sort of thing. For a lot of people's most interesting aspect of this, we have the technique of scrying implied, the inner visions, but this is the outer form versus this side. Then we have a Farafaria feminist, all's good and light, super positive idea to focus on for life. And it connects to what the character who has taken on the light side in this, well, each version, the characters are given the different sides, right? And it blends together. The preacher has his experience with a Jesus that basically arranges some things from the Bible, with an exception to what will give him the understanding that's a little bit further than his own path, or at least, hey, they're seeking truth and good or whatever too. And then we have the Golden Dawn Western mystery tradition formally for the main character. The main characters that lead the order are, to me, they seem as judgmental as the other side, right? As the preacher that they bring along. And one of the things when things are going on, you could get caught up in stuff. So just don't think that, oh, well, this stuff is entertainment and I'm going to pay for rituals. I'm just going to, be entertained by the soothsayer or whatever. This film kind of points out that you can't really get away with that quite like you think. It includes some unpublished material, and Shaver was an individual that they tried to convince that, oh, well, these are spiritual or of other dimensions, but he believed that his experiences were very physical. Now, there's different types of objective, and that's one thing that I would say. When it comes to some experiences, it doesn't mean that they're not objectively true when they have subjective material that you can interpret. Sometimes a machine could connect us between the worlds. Sometimes things happen at the same time. What gates have you opened? What gates will you open? What is coming through so that other things may come through? What role do we have and what can we have?